I want to discuss how to build your email list because I think it's incredibly beneficial for your photography business. Now, obviously, email marketing is very beneficial to all different kinds of businesses. Probably the most space in my inbox is from different stores that I have purchased from in the past or am interested in purchasing from in the future, because it's a really great way for them to communicate deals and discounts and interests that are unique to me. But even in the services industry, even if it's not a product that you're delivering, but even as a photographer, I think that collecting emails and using an email newsletter distribution can be gold for your business. And I have reaped some serious rewards from using it in my own business. So the first thing you need is help. I don't think it's going to be very efficient of use of your time if you just do it from your regular email client and you just blind copy everybody that you know and send emails out like that. I think it's best to get set up in a formal email marketing capacity. I started with a company called Mad Mimi, and I think I started in about 2014 or 2015 working on my email newsletter list, and I used Mad Mimi. I know I looked into Constant Contact, which is another great service provider, and as my opens percentage was declining, which means like you have 100 people on your list and you might have a 40% open rate if 40 of them are reading it, and it was declining to maybe a 20% open rate. So I switched over to MailChimp. Both of those services have free options that were really great for me. So I was using the free version of Mad Mimi. I switched over to the free version of MailChimp. I paid a graphic designer to spruce that up for me so that it could match my website and that aesthetically it fit my brand very well. And so I had these Photoshop templates that I would swap out and switch. But I was using email marketing back then as a way to drive traffic to my website. So I would announce the new blogs and, the new posts that were on my blog, and I would announce any travel that I was doing and everything like that. And then recently I have switched to a company called Flowdesk, and it is a paid service. I have a discount code. If you go through my link, it will save you 50%. But now I use a company called Flowdesk. Any of them are great. All of them are great. There's 100 other options out there. ConvertKit. I mean, there's some, if you want to spend some serious money, you can spend a lot of money on this. If you want to stay on the free versions, you can. But I do think it's beneficial to sign up with a service provider who does email marketing, because it's going to be a lot more time efficient for you to do that. So how do you start building a list? I think it's important to follow the best practices and tips that company provides so that open rate stays really high. But as you're building your list, naturally your open rate is going to fall. That's just kind of the numbers game of how it works. When you have 10 people, you might have a 90% open rate, but when you have 10,000 people, it might be looking like a 13% open rate. That's kind of just how this works. But as you're building your list, I would start with past clients. I would start with any models you've worked with, clients you've worked with, friends you have. You cannot import their emails into a list. That is illegal to do. They need to opt in. They need to voluntarily give their email address to you to specifically sign up for whatever content you're going to be distributing to them. So get a few emails to that very safe space under your belt. Get a rhythm, figure out the graphic design and how you want that to look, the information and what you want that to look like. My newsletters follow a very similar format. I start with an opening message, and then I have my calendar coming up, and then I have any travel. I will go through any features, anywhere that my work has been featured or highlighted in the industry, and then I go to recent blog posts and trying to drive traffic to my website. So in the past, I've used Canva to make pretty templates. Again, I've paid a graphic designer to make custom templates to me. Flowdesk, I can do everything inside the app. It's saved me so much time. I no longer have to use Photoshop. I no longer have to open Canva. I can do everything within Flowdesk, which is why it was so attractive to me, was that I can make it match my aesthetic, contain all the information it needs to, and save me so much time putting emails together. And then once you kind of have a rhythm established and a look that you want to maintain, and you've really dialed into the content you want to include, then you start growing your list. And you can grow your list by extending the invitation to your social media platforms and having people sign up that way. You could do giveaways, and an entry into your giveaway would be a requirement to sign up for your newsletter. You could give out a freebie, like some sort of PDF, like 5 best ways to do XYZ, in order to opt in. So people would put in their email, and then you would give them something of value in return for that opt-in. You could give discounts, like Nordstrom might offer a discount if you give them, your email. You could do a discount on a session to join your email newsletter, or a bonus, like you get a free print when you book if you join the email newsletter list. I personally also have pop-ups on my website. It's annoying, but it's highly effective. And so I've kind of outweighed the annoyance factor with how effective it is, because it adds a lot of emails to my newsletter by having that pop up. And then I also make it easy for organic traffic that might be coming in to sign up for my newsletter on my footer. So that way it doesn't matter if I've been driving traffic through Pinterest to my website, or Instagram to my website, or whatever it might look like. Once they get to my website, then they can choose to opt in from there, and I can keep growing my audience. Now, if you have a big announcement to make, maybe you went through a website redesign, or you have a new video to launch, or a new product to announce, having people sign up for that newsletter can create hype. So you can drum up that hype, have them sign up for that newsletter, and then let the newsletter subscribers be the first people to know before you drop it on social media or anywhere else you might announce that. The big thing is to just make it intriguing. You want them to be excited to give you their email, and then you always want to protect that email that they have given you. So never ever selling it, never spamming them. Don't send them things too often. Make sure that they can get comfortable and trust the content that you will be delivering to them, and also the time intervals of when you'll be delivering it. Are you sending them a quarterly newsletter? Is it monthly? Is it weekly? Is it daily? I think that it's very important to be consistent so that their expectations can be met when they are anticipating an email from you. So I hope this gets you started on your email newsletters, and from there you can really, really use it in a whole bunch of ways, implemented into your marketing strategy to drive growth.